gonna list off 3 coolest things about myself.
Ooh, okay.
I like it.
All right.
You came with the segment yourself. Nice.
It's more prepared than we are.
I know.
I have done many things in my life. I've driven a tank. I've shot a rocket launcher. And
Wait, are you serious right now?
Yeah.
You've shot a rocket launcher?
yeah, sure I have.
Like a bazooka vibe?
Yeah.
Yo, like
What was it on the same day?
No, different days, different countries.
Different experiences.
Different countries.
Yeah.
Right, you got to dive a bit further into this. Like,
Yeah,
start
I'm
with a
already-
rocket.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Start
drove
with
a
a rocket
tank
launcher.
into the gulag.
So I was dropping it in Warzone, right? So it was a couple of years back now, and I was in Cambodia with a friend of mine. And so we get the bus into the beautiful city of Phnom Penh, which is the capital city. And so it's an absolutely bizarre place where it's super easy to get lost because they have the American street system, where you have first street, second street, third street, fourth street, etc., etc. But unlike in the U.S., instead of numbering them in the order, they number them in the order they were built in. So you have first street, 14th street, 27th street, 36th street.
Oh my God.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
Cambodia is a very, I've been to Siem Reap, it's a pretty confusing place.
So, in about hour and a half of wandering the streets of Phnom Penh, we were completely lost, and we befriended a local, a tuk-tuk driver, who agreed on under the contract that he would be our exclusive tuk-tuk driver for 4 days while we're there. Will take us to a hostel, which we obliged. And upon arriving to the hostel, he provides us with a menu of other services that he provides. You know, it's all the the usual stuff of like you can go to temples or you can go to museums, and then he goes, we did all the tourist stuff, and then about 2 days in, he goes, you know what, you guys seem cool.
I want to drive a tank.
Yeah, you guys, I've got my boy over in the countryside who lets people shoot guns for money. We're like, oh yeah, that's seems dumb and dangerous.
Is that legal in Cambodia?
I feel like it's it's a razor's edge of sort of things you can and can't do.
Frowned upon.
Well, as the story will continue, we discovered that it was not.
Oh wow, I've ruined it.
Definitely not.
So he goes, yeah, I have a friend of mine who I'm assuming kept a bunch of weapons from the Civil War over in the countryside. You want to guys? You guys fancy going doing that? We're like, yeah, that sounds stupid and dangerous. Yeah, we're in.
Bet.
Yeah.
Claim.
So he goes, wait, what, really? You're the first people in 4 years to say yes to that. And we're like, yeah. He's like, okay, we'll pick you up tomorrow at 8 a.m. I want to come with because I want to see this as well.
Can I just stop you there? There's no way that doesn't make you feel like you're doing something sus. Like, surely not. He's just said, like, oh, you're the first people in 4 years who have done this. And you're just like, all right.
Yeah, bro. And have
class.
you not seen any horror film in the last 10 years?
No.
Hostel, maybe.
I have.
Yeah, that is blind faith.
Yeah.
I took precautions. Well, so I believed at the time.
I pulled up with a fucking Glock.
I brought my tank.
Yeah. I know. We show up the next morning, and he drives us about 40 minutes into the outskirts of town, where we get to a gas station where we wait for about 10-15 minutes, and then this unmarked, tinted, blacked out Land Cruiser shows up, and out of it come 2 guys in military uniforms. They pick us up, and then they drive us another hour into the countryside. So
Bro, nah. I'm running for my life.
Right, nah.
I mean, it's a bad thing for a podcast person to be speechless. But fuck me, that's insane.
Nah,
In army uniform as well.
Yeah. They show up, and so we were like, okay, so what do we do? We're like, we'll take the picture of the car. We're like, well, it doesn't have any number plates on it. We're like, well, it's a black Land Cruiser. I mean, how many could there be? Very many, as it turns out. A lot. So we get into this car, and it drives us out, another hour out of town, and we pull up to what is quite literally a palm leaf shack. And, we were like, okay, so we're just like 2 white guys in like beaters and shorts who are in the back of a Land Cruiser with cash, because they told us to bring cash.
Stella Artois in hand, wife beater on.
Yeah, just mustard stained on the shirt. So we get there, and they're like, okay, so you boys here to fire the RPG? We're like, yeah. We're like, okay, that's $100. We're like, yeah, okay. So we hand over the money, and out comes this guy with like the rocket that you have for it, covered in rust. The guy's got a cigarette in his mouth. He puts it between his legs, starts chiseling the rust away from the detonator with a cigarette in his mouth.
From the detonator?
Yeah, from
the
from
trigger.
It's like the tip at the
yeah,
end.
the tip of it. They're like, okay, so what do you want to fire at? They're like, do you want to shoot at a cow?
Oh, what?
Yeah, you're just like, do you want to shoot a cow? I was like, no, fuck no, I don't want to shoot a cow. They're like, okay,
Oh my god.
because I don't know, they thought we were like, I don't know who they thought.
Sociopaths?
I don't know who we.
No, but I think
thought
that used to be a thing, right? Is that you get European people would go over to. I know it was huge in India. They used to shoot tigers. It was a
Yeah.
big thing. British people would go to India to shoot tigers as
but,
like rewards.
I was
feel
gonna
like
say,
that's
how
a-
do you know that?
No, this is like colonial. This is.
Oh, right.
yeah,
Okay.
I feel like it's just a
19th
predating of
century.
American dentists shooting elephants.
Yeah, it probably is.
Oh,
It's that
maybe
kind
not.
of thing. It's like trophy
Or
hunting.
lions, or yeah, whatever we did.
What, bruv? Right, nice. Not nice. Obviously not nice, but like, yeah, right. I'm really invested.
WWF
Yeah, this
won't
is-
thank you for that one.
Yeah.
No, they're like, okay, well, for an extra $50, we could fetch you a barrel of gasoline to shoot.
What?
Big explosion.
What was he like? Yo, I've got 100 right now.
Yeah, we're like, yeah, for sure. So they just chuck it out. The guy just goes that way. Passes me the rocket launcher. We fire it, and then luckily enough, we get back into the car and we go home.
Wait,
What did that
I've got-
feel
I've-
like though?
It
That's
was
what I want to know.
it was the biggest adrenaline rush I've ever had.
Really?
I think it's not it's not like being at a shooting range where you just have a gun and you shoot, but it's the fact that everything building up to that point was so unbelievably sketchy that when we
Yeah.
actually did get to that point, it was just like, I'm like, fuck this, like I don't know what's gonna happen.
what's the kickback on that like?
There isn't any.
On an
Because-
RPG, there's no kickback.
No, because
Really?
it's rocket propelled rather than like when you fire a bullet, there's an internal explosion in the chamber.
Oh right.
This
yeah.
is just like
Right.
it just goes
How heavy is it?
very.
Is it?
Yeah, I mean, do you guys want to see the video?
And you, wait,
Have it
yeah,
like-
you have it on your shoulder, this RPG,
No,
and you're just lining up against a can of gasoline.
Yeah.
What's that explosion like?
it's like a big fight. It was some
pretty big.
proper Hollywood shit.
Yo, there's no
That's
way you weren't
unbelievable.
petrified a little
Yo,
bit.
That's
I was
the-
absolutely petrified.
That's the thing, though, right? Two guys in army gear pull up. The best thing I'm imagining happening is that they enlist you, and I don't want to be enlisted.
What, into Cambodian resistance?
Yeah,
Welcome. No, I've known you for 4 years. I had no idea that.
Have I never
happened.
told you that?
That is
that's because he saved that very story
For
for
the
this
pod,
He knew
podcast.
it was coming. He knew one day he'd be here.
Wait,
One day I'd make
I'm
it.
out here. I'm out here playing the long game.